Hi, everyone. First of all, I just want to say it's an incredible honor to be receiving this award and to be recognized alongside the many other distinguished scholars doing great work here at Marquette. My research is focused on using tools from artificial intelligence and machine learning to help improve image quality in medical imaging. The main idea is to use large data sets of existing medical scans to learn computational models of how medical images should look, and then use these models to remove noise, artifacts, and other defects from new scans. In particular, I'm interested in applying these techniques to breast CT imaging, a developing technology that has the potential to improve early detection of breast cancers. The Klingler Award will allow me to make a substantial push forward in this research. One major concern with using machine learning and artificial intelligence techniques in a medical imaging context is the validation of the results. The only way to properly validate these results are to have human beings take a look at the images and assess them. During my mini sabbatical afforded by the Klingler Award, I plan to work with collaborators in the Department of Radiology at University of Chicago on designing and implementing a human observer study to validate our new approach. So finally, I would just like to thank the MSSC department for all their support and encouragement, especially our department chair, Ann Clough, and of course, Helen Wade Klinger, who made this award possible. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for this award. The Klingler Early Career Award will release me from teaching for one semester and thereby allow me to focus solely on my book manuscript, The Moral and Epistemic Wrongs of Microaggressions. Microaggressions are said to be slights or insults that send devaluing messages to members of marginalized groups. So for example, when a white American asks a Hispanic American, "Where are you really from?" after the Hispanic American has already said that she is from Florida, the white American would seem to be communicating a devaluing message about Hispanic Americans, that they are not really American or that they don't belong in the US. The topic of microaggression is connected to my larger research profile, which examines some of the subtle ways in which members of marginalized groups may be harmed, both morally and epistemically, in their interactions with individuals as well as institutions. This research program has implications not only for how we understand microaggressions philosophically, but also for how microaggressions are approached in other fields, including medicine, as in the offer or promotion of certain medical interventions, and education, as in how microaggressions are managed or prevented in the classroom. Thank you again.
My research focuses on female social relationships, stress physiology, and human-primate interactions. So as a primatologist, I study a variety of primate species, but this research that I'm going to be doing focuses on bonobos. So bonobos are chimpanzees' less well-studied cousins. So they are sister species of chimpanzees. And so like them, they share 98% of our DNA. But we don't know as much about them. There's a few different reasons for this. One is that chimpanzees have a much wider distribution in the wild. Another is that we have a lot more chimpanzees in captivity than we do bonobos. There's only about 90 bonobos in captivity in the US, and the largest group of bonobos is actually at the Milwaukee County Zoo. So I'm going to be building on some research that I started at the Columbus Zoo on their groups of bonobos. So one of those differences between chimpanzees and bonobos is that bonobos tend to be a bit more peaceful, and part of how that happens is they tend to have a lot of sexual behavior, or what we call sociosexual behavior, that serves a number of social functions and occurs between both sexes, within different ages, and it plays a social role beyond what sexuality plays in a lot of other species. So I'm going to be looking at how that sexual behavior, as well as friendly behaviors such as grooming, solidify social networks and social bonds in female bonobos. And so to do that, I'm going to be looking not only at behavior, but also at physiology. So I will be looking at hormones that underlie stress physiology as well as social bonding to understand the functions of these behaviors and how they contribute to relationships. And I'm very grateful to Helen Wade Klinger and the Klinger family for help supporting this research.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Velez, and I'm an assistant professor in the College of Education. I'm honored this year to receive the Wade Klingler Early Career Award, and I'd first like to thank Helen Wade Klingler and the Klingler family for the generous donation that supports this award. In my research, I'm really interested in young people's development, particularly how they form ideas of themselves, who they're going to be, and what their roles are in their communities and societies. And this kind of intersects with a lot of what goes on in their schools and educational contexts. So for this award, I'm going to be particularly looking at the potential of restorative justice. It's a growing movement in schools and is looking really to combat some of the gross inequities that have developed out of zero tolerance and punitive approaches to discipline and to school climate. I'm going to be working on a research project that's funded by the Spencer Foundation and is part of a book project that I'm developing out of it that explores how we can better understand what experiences of restorative justice in schools mean to young people and how it informs their emerging identities and their future trajectories as they become adult citizens and leaders.